How Elon Musk became a billionaire. The mindset that changed everything. In 2008, Elon Musk was nearly broke. His rocket company had failed 3 launches in a row. His electric car company was running out of money. He was getting divorced. The media called him a fraud, and after building and selling multiple companies, he had invested almost all of his fortune back into his dreams. Most people would have quit. Most people would have protected what money they had left. But Elon Musk made a different choice, a choice that would eventually make him the richest person on Earth. This is the story of how one man's mindset transformed failure into billions. Long before the fame, the rockets, and the electric cars, Elon Musk was just a kid growing up in South Africa. He was shy, obsessed with books, and often bullied at school. While other kids played sports, Elon spent hours reading science fiction and teaching himself about computers. At just 12 years old, he created and sold a video game called Blaster. But his real dream wasn't money. It was building the future. At 17, he left South Africa and moved across the world, chasing opportunity. He worked odd jobs, slept in cheap accommodations, and lived with constant uncertainty. Most people see billionaires and assume they started with advantages. What they don't see are the years of struggle, sacrifice, and rejection. And Elon was only getting started. In the mid-1990s, Elon and his brother launched a small startup called Zip2. The company provided online business directories at a time when most people barely understood the internet. Money was so tight that Elon reportedly slept in the office. He showered at public facilities and worked nearly every waking hour. Years later, Zip2 was sold for hundreds of millions of dollars. For the first time, Elon became wealthy. But instead of retiring, he doubled down. He invested much of his money into another startup that would eventually become PayPal. Again, he faced criticism. Again, he took risks. And again, those risks paid off. When PayPal was sold, Elon walked away with a fortune worth hundreds of millions. Most people would have stopped there, but Elon wasn't chasing comfort. He was chasing impact. After PayPal, Elon did something that shocked almost everyone. He poured his fortune into industries where failure was almost guaranteed. One company was SpaceX, the other was Tesla. At the time, private rockets were considered impossible. Electric cars were considered impractical. Experts said both ventures would fail. Then disaster struck. SpaceX's first rocket launch failed. Then the second failed. Then the third failed. Millions of dollars vanished. At the same time, Tesla was struggling to survive. By 2008, both companies were on the edge of collapse. Elon had a choice: walk away or bet everything. He chose to bet everything. He invested nearly all the money he had left into keeping the companies alive. Friends warned him. Investors doubted him. The media predicted his downfall. But Elon believed something powerful. If something is important enough, you do it even when the odds are against you. Then came the turning point. SpaceX launched its 4th rocket. Success. Soon after, the company secured a major contract. Tesla survived its darkest days and continued growing. The impossible suddenly became possible. Today, Elon Musk's companies have transformed entire industries: electric vehicles, space exploration, artificial intelligence, satellite communications. But the real lesson isn't about rockets or billions of dollars. It's about mindset. Elon Musk didn't become successful because life was easy. He became successful because he refused to quit when life became difficult. He was willing to endure years of uncertainty for a vision most people couldn't see. And that's what separates dreamers from builders. Success isn't reserved for the smartest or the luckiest. It's often reserved for the people who keep going when everyone else stops. Because sometimes the biggest rewards come from taking the biggest risks, and sometimes one decision to keep moving forward can change your entire life. What dream would you pursue if failure wasn't an option? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories about the mindset behind extraordinary success.